Cleveland, low minority, got Obama phone. Keep Obama in president, you know. He gave us a phone.
He gave you a phone?
Do more.
How did he give you a phone?
You sign up if you on food stamps, you on Social Security, you got low income, you disability.
Hey, I have a question. Okay, what's wrong with Romney again?
All right, let's talk about it. Okay, we're here with the real live Obama phone lady, and now her name is revealed. She's that mystery person. I'm like, I want that lady on. What's her name? Let's find her. And our listeners found her. Now, she's since been called by The View. She's reportedly going to go on that soon, and a bunch of other stations. But she's here first with us, and she's a little subdued today. I think we had a few too many beers last night. I'm joking. I'm joking. We didn't know. Actually, we did. Anyways, but she's going to be on the nightly news with us tonight as well. And I want to go back to your calls. I want to go over a whole bunch of issues. I want to take your Twitter questions here today. But you heard the last caller, but we were going to break. Where do you stand on the right to keep and bear arms? You're not on a Perry Mason up on the courtroom. We're not. We just want to know where you come from. Where do you stand on the Second Amendment? Where do you stand on the right to own guns?
I'm against that.
There you go. So you want the government to have guns, but not the people.
No guns at all. Have faith in God.
Well, God has faith in those that have faith in themselves. See, I mean,
I'm not into the guns, and to me, it's a lot of nonsense with that.
I'm not into guns with the government having them.
No.
I mean, the government has bought 1.6 billion bullets, armored vehicles, helicopters, SWAT teams. A SWAT team busted in and shot an innocent guy 16 times, and they said it was justified because he was reaching to turn the light on, and they lied and said he had 4 guns, which he didn't. And even though they got caught lying, because it's about officer safety. So I got an idea. How about everyone on Earth but police commit suicide? 6,300,000,000 people commit suicide, but the 15 million police or so worldwide for their safety. Because if they think it's their safety, they kill you. How about everyone on Earth commit suicide so they're safe? That's what the New World Order wants. They want to have world government to set up a medical tyranny to force cancer virus injections into us via vaccines, and GMO they force feed us. And these globalists think we're so dumb, Michelle, they've written books how they're doing it to us. Do you know about, about Tuskegee. Why do you trust a government that nerve gassed our own troops? Did you hear about in New York City how they were giving little kids, mainly black kids, because the government loves black kids so much, wants to give you free stuff. No, they're not your friends. I'm trying to really reach out to you here. And I understand they've shut the economy down. I understand things are desperate. I get all that. I understand that. And what I'm saying is, the New York Daily News 6 years ago reported they were testing pesticides on little kids till they killed them. Now, see, I happen to care about those kids no matter what color they are. They happen to be mainly black. Right. Because for some reason, in the liberal intelligentsia, it's okay. But some of the CPS workers blew the whistle and said, these kids are dying. Is this okay? Should we be killing them? Because we're the government. I mean, is it okay for the government to chain little black kids down and feed pesticides to them?
No.
Bug poison.
No.
Now, I can show you all these articles. Now, does that sound like a nice group of people there?
No.
Okay. You told me, you and Harvey told me why you want the guns taken last night, and I understand it. Why don't you repeat what you said?
Well, I don't want the guns for the president to get them. The people out here, you could buy guns on the street. You could buy them from police officers. I
know that's where you go to get drugs and everything. The police, yeah.
Right. And just by me being on your talk show and thinking about it, them are the biggest cruel people there is. Just by you saying about the guns. They go buy it. The president got all these guns and protected, but what about the people that help you protect us?
Well, here's the deal. I've talked to people at MTV, multiple people, who said in the mid-'90s, they said, we're going to promote this gangster rap to take over the culture. That's a time bomb. And the rappers are killing each other. They'll have $50 million in the bank, but to be a man, they'll shoot somebody. I get, because that's what Harvey, your husband, was saying. He goes, look, I've had nephews killed. I get that that's terrible and horrible. And there's a lot of rappers like KRS-One, who's one of my listeners, and others, and Professor Griff, who are saying that's wrong. And you know what? It is a program for blacks to kill each other. So I'm against that inner city violence. Believe me, but that isn't a reason for everybody else to lose their guns. Take Chicago. You know they have the highest crime rate in the world?
Right.
We're on the radio in Chicago.
That's not for them. You're right.
But they've taken the guns there. Only law-abiding citizens then gave their guns up. So see, if I could walk through with Obama supporters, and it doesn't mean you go vote for Romney. That's why we're in so much trouble. Did you know the very same interests fund both men?
Yeah, I knew that.
But then Obama, he is charming. He's like, hey, I'm going to take care of you. You know what I'm going to... Did you see in the first campaign people going, oh, thank you, Mr. President. I'm going to get a free house. I'm going to get a free car.
Right.
And those people did not get free houses or free cars.
He didn't do nothing for Lee and Harvard. He promised them people he was going to get a big office if he win this time. You know, you heard him on the news say how he come back to Cleveland and Detroit and get us low black minorities to vote. But look how we living. All, you know, Lee and Harvard in Cleveland, Ohio, still where his office at is still the same.
Well, I mean, here, and again, Obama said, I will not sign the NDAA. Don't worry about beating it. Because there was opposition. It was going to get beaten. He said, but I'm going to veto it. So people said, well, just let it pass.
Right.
Then he signed it.
Right. So he went against our word and signed it anyway.
But the point is, it turned out he wrote it.
Right.
I mean, this guy makes, it's devilish lying. Okay, and Romney's a devilish liar, too. The point is that it's how far gone we are, Michelle, is why things are getting worse and worse. Let me play you a clip here. This is Obama saying, your payroll tax, nothing's going up. Did you know more than 14 taxes are going up? And there's a 3.8% tax on investments. There's another tax on payroll. There's taxes across the board that have gone up on almost every American that works. 77% of Americans got a tax increase. You can just type that into a search engine. Now, when you get your next paycheck, I guess when you get back, I want you to notice in there all the little things that are taken out, okay? Now, are you rich?
Heck, no.
Did you know that Kennedy cut taxes by 50%? Do you know what happened a year later?
Gave it back.
Tax receipts doubled. Did you know the government knows if they cut taxes, there's a boom and that more money comes in? Michelle, why would they want to raise taxes?
I don't know.
Why would they want to chain kids down and dump pesticide down their throat?
I don't know.
See, did you see that news article about the top BBC presenter being a Satanist with kids?
Yeah.
Why would he want to do that with little kids? He's a Satanist, that's why.
Right. It's a Satanist.
And see, the devil comes as an angel of light.
It's true. That's in the Bible.
And will speak scripture. Okay? This government is the most evil government the world has ever seen. Our government funded Hitler and then destroyed him. Our government created Lenin and Stalin. Did you know that's declassified? Did you know our government put Mao Zedong in? Declassified. Mao Zedong conservatively killed 66 million people. The Chinese government says 80+ million. You know how many people that is? A sports stadium's 100,000.
That's almost more or over. 140 you got.
Yeah, 100,000 people. How many sports stadiums is 80 million people?
2, 3.
Starved to death, lined up and shot. You know, our government shipped in shiploads of bullets. So he just mow them down. It's not our government. They're called eugenicists. Eugenicists. They're scientific dictators. Obama is reading off a teleprompter. And we've got to realize that the entire system is evil. And I don't want to sit here and preach at you. Let's play this first clip. This is Obama 4 years ago saying, I will never raise your taxes, not $1. Here it is.
And I can make a firm pledge. Under my plan, no family making less than $250,000 a year will see any form of tax increase. Not your income tax, not your payroll tax, not your capital gains taxes, not any of your taxes.
That's a firm pledge. Now, guys, just because he's here, I know I only got 2 guys here in the job of 8 people. Will somebody just type in 77% of Americans got payroll tax increase? People making $30,000 or up got now is 30,000 250,000? Is that a lie right there?
That's a lie.
George Herbert Walker Bush got thrown out of office for reading my lips, no new taxes. People tell me now, well, they just lie. That's what they do. Well, I know they're liars, so I'm not going to turn my guns in. Let's go to the next clip here for you. Let's play this clip. This is him 4 years ago saying, I'm not coming after your handgun or your rifle, your shotgun. Here's that clip.
When y'all go home and you're talking to your buddies and they say, he wants to take my gun away. You've heard it here. I'm on television, so everybody knows it. I believe in the Second Amendment. I believe in people's lawful right to bear arms. I will not take your shotgun away. I will not take your rifle away. I won't take your handgun away.
Okay, what does the devil do?
What does the devil do?
The devil lies.
Lies, cheat.
What's the devil's #1 name in the Bible? The deceiver.
Satan.
The deceiver.
Deceiver.
The deceiver.
The deceiver.
The enemy.
The enemy.
I know a deceiver and an enemy when I see one. Now, did he just pledge to me he wouldn't come after my guns? Now they got bills he supports that will make me hand in all my semi-autos, my handguns.
Yep. He lied.
And here's what's even worse, Michelle. They've all written papers in our public saying they want all our guns taken.
Right.
And then Piers Morgan sits there and says, nobody wants your guns. That makes me mad. He's lying to my face.
Right.
Okay. Michelle, I'm going to give you some films covering eugenics and what they're really doing, and then we're going to have you back on. But when we come back, we're going to take more calls, get to more questions, and more lies with Obama Phone Lady. I'm Alex Jones.
All right.
You know the government's corrupt and bad, and so you're like, oh, there's all this emotion about the poor kids. Yeah, let's turn our guns in. Then you start thinking about, hey, who's really running things? Is it good to have only the government with guns? And then it sounds like you're starting to agree with me.
Well, that I learned and found out, and you showed me in paperwork and on TV what he said. You know, I don't put nothing past anybody. I've been a mother of 5 kids, single mother, and they told me if I sign my name, they're going to give me so much of food stamps, so much of cash. But then they put me on a budget and say, this is it. If the rent's $600 and you're only giving me $300, how am I make it with 5 kids?
But see, that's the end of humanity, where they break up our families and then the state pays for things and they control everything.
Well, you got a point there, because I'm a living example right now. When I lost that job.
Your earpiece fell out. It's okay. Hey, guys, come help her, please. Because she had it off, and then I put it back in, and I don't really know how to do it.
Well, here I go. Like when that's.
He's going to help you. Go ahead. So it's good radio. By the way, you're wound up during the breaks. Just be yourself. Go ahead. Okay. I'm not telling you to be wound up, but you're wound up normally.
Okay.
It's not like you're in a courtroom or something. Go ahead.
Well, see, like I was saying, I don't hear anything.
That's because we're not taking calls right now. Okay. But go ahead.
Well, see, like I was saying, listening to Alex Jones, and he's telling me, and I seen it on the news, that's true. Because those people wired me up to work for $11 an hour, and for a couple months, and then they threw me out the door. They got what they wanted from me, and you're off. And that's true, because even when I got a paycheck, I went to the boss and I said, you mean I worked and you didn't take out any taxes? Now, how could you do that? Because I'm working for Obama? He should get the same privileges I'm working for.
Well, you're a contractor is why it happened. But I've noticed with the Obama folks, they won't even give people the tax forms because they're above the law.
Well, we didn't get a tax form. They didn't take out any taxes. It didn't go. Now I got a job that hit right to the government with the welfare. My stamps got cut, everything. When I was working for Obama, I got everything off the trip. That right there tells you that it's not right.
Well, look, all I can say is they're doing everything they can to make it not pay to actually work. Or if you do work, you can't live on it.
I can't. And that's true, sir. I just got a job, and I'm glad I met you, Alex Jones. I just got a job, and I'm making a little bit, but it's not what I was making with Obama. When I was with Obama, I was making a nice dollar, could pay my rent. Here it go. After November was over, I'm out of a job. I couldn't even apply for unemployment or any of that. So like he was saying, like you say, Alex Jones, I believe that. Because when I got out of work...
We'll fix your earpiece after the break. I'm sorry. I'll get it plugged in properly and get you audio and stuff, okay?
Keep talking.
No, it's okay. Just don't worry about it, okay? You just got up, got unplugged, and never got plugged back in, right? We're going to get you audio during the next thing. Or we can just do this whole segment on it right now. You know, again, this is a program of domination, a program of total control. This is a program of domestication. That's what's happening. Let's jam a phone call in here. Jerry in Connecticut, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hi there, Michelle. You know, you should check out Dick Gregory's interview with Alex Jones. It'll clue you in a lot to what's really going on in the world and give you a better perspective, because you know Dick Gregory. He's been around for the civil rights movement. He's been part of everything. He's seen everything. He's a man who knows the real world. He knows 9/11 is an inside job. He knows they killed JFK, RFK, and Martin Luther King, and they're the people who want all the guns because they want to put us in the damn camps.
That's true.
That's the end of the story. You know, they want to make us dependent so we can't live on our own. We can't make our own money and stuff like that. And you got to realize this is a sucker game. And I'll give you one good example. The guys who basically funded Romney and also funded Obama, Goldman Sachs. You know, they play derivatives on foods around the world. And everybody's been screaming, every civil rights group, because they've been killing millions of kids, because every time they push the prices of food up through their manipulation of the food prices, they're killing millions of kids in Africa and Asia, and Obama says nothing.
Yeah, exactly. When food goes up, like, this is a great caller. We're going to hold you over, sir. Stay right there. I'm going to come back to you, Jerry. He's exactly right. When they increase food prices 30-40% here, people just might not get as much food. Most people are living at a subsistence survival level. They starve to death. And then the answer is, oh, well, there's too many people, let them die anyways.
Is it not, my king, time to spring the trap?
No, we must desecrate the soul and the flesh of the Creator's creation.
The chain of life broken forever. A monument to our beauty.
Go up to Infowars.com. You can see some of the great Photoshop artwork by the Infowars graphics team. It's Piers Morgan machine gunning the Bill of Rights and Constitution with an AR-15. Rahm Emanuel, take American people out of Second Amendment debate. And he is now announcing that they want to use executive orders. Again, they're expanding that. Chicago mayor, limit access to guns. Chicago mayor and former Obama chief of staff Rahm Emanuel has proposed restricting the discussion over firearms ownership in America to law enforcement. I mean, what a dictator. Guys, will you get that audio for me? It's just unbelievable. That's up at Infowars.com. This is just off the chart. And again, I covered this at the start of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, they are saying they're going to use executive orders, rulemaking, but Schumer came out and said, we'll just order gun shops to do what we want. And by the way, you're like, well, they can't do that outside law. The ATF's already been doing that. So Michelle, Obama phone lady, we're going to go back to the caller, Jerry, and then hurry through some others and get to some Twitter questions. You're going to be on the news with us tonight for a more lively discussion. I know we're just, a little more calm here, except during the breaks. Why are you so restrained right now? Which is fine. I mean, I guess we're having a serious discussion.
Well, I'm phenomenal about what's going on, and I thank God that I came here because I seen it with my own eyes. And
I guess, I mean, you were saying you've never seen the footage of yourself except on smartphones. You have a computer at home?
No.
So all you've got, mainstream television.
Mainstream television and my Obama phone.
Which isn't a smartphone, right? It's just a regular phone.
Regular phone.
So, yeah, because we couldn't send you text messages. So, literally, what's the number? I saw a number like 65 million Americans only have access to a television.
Oh, it's a lot of them.
How many people in your community did just only have a television?
Oh, a lot. A lot of people. Because
and so you didn't know he told all those lies.
No.
I've got a bunch of others.
But I knew that he lied because about 4 years ago when I worked for the Obama campaign, he said he was going to renovate Harvard in the Lee area. And that's where he started, where I started campaigning for him. Here it is, 4 years went on, and now I'm at another 4 years. And that place still looks the same.
Now, they've only put a few $100 billion into infrastructure, which is, if you are going to have government funding, that actually gets the economy going and gives real people jobs.
Right.
If it's not given to your select buddies only. But they've spent, last time I saw, something like $47 trillion has been, $47 trillion. You have to understand, the whole country's GDP is like 47 trillion. I think I said billion. Those numbers are so big. He only spent a few $100 billion on infrastructure total in the last 4 years, and then 47 trillion to offshore megabanks. And you're like, well, where'd that money go?
Right.
It went into derivatives. Ooh. So it didn't even really go anywhere. It was propping up garbage. And then you're like, well, okay, well, then why are they doing it? To suck real money out of the economy and get us into debt. See, we've been signed on. It'd be like if I put a chain on your leg, okay, that was impossible to get off, tied to, let's say, a bowling ball that weighed 500 tons. Are you going to ever be able to pull out of that?
No.
Okay, what if I threw you over the edge of a dock with that on your leg?
No.
So now you're going to be on the bottom of the lake.
Right, right.
It's impossible, and it's not our debt. So what I'm saying is, Michelle, they're predators. They're bad. They do everything they can to bankrupt you so that you've got to go to them because they want control.
And that's true because I'm a show, for instance, how you say of control. I had a friend that was a school teacher, and when she lost her job, she went to apply for the unemployment. They turned her down. When she went to the welfare, they gave her the money. But by her not being, you know, have you worked as a school teacher, and now you're not working and you're on government assistance, do you know how low that is? So she dropped down that low. She started drinking beer. They sell beer in the store, but she would get so drinking. I guess her mind went crazy, but she would drink so much beer. Then it got into what the system got in her life. And I was like, well, how could they take that quick? And just by her applying, losing her job, applying for the government, they contacted her, took her kids, put them in foster care and all that. And I'm like, here it is, a working woman, been a teacher for all these years, and it wasn't enough money after she lost the job or laid off. Or
and they took her kids.
And her kids. But if you go down of the lane of how she got corrupted like that, you know, when she got corrupted, she started drinking. When she got drinking, I'm like, it got to be help. Let's see about putting her in a place. When we tried to put her in one of those detox places, by her being on welfare, she couldn't get in. I'm like, here it is, a woman need help just because of her welfare. She can't get in. But it really hindered a friend of mine. And I couldn't feel that she works 12, 13 years as a school teacher. She bought this humongous house for these 7 kids. And today, right now, all 7 are her kids, they went through that stage with that, but they're doctors, social workers. They really...
There you go. You know, the average foster child is on 7 psychotropic drugs, about 67, 68%. And those drugs are designed to fry their brains.
Right.
Did they put the kids on drugs?
Well, they tried to get me. I got a son that was tested of HHD. Or
totally made up.
Totally. I got a doctor. The gas get cut off by me, my family, and everybody going to Agnotaway, and I'm putting her on there. Agnotaway is a good doctor in Ohio. She knew me, my parents' parents. It's like a generation went down. And
see, that's family. Family is power.
Right.
The system wants to get rid of that. And they want federalized health care so that doctor can't do what they want. The state wants to be the doctor. See, they're going to
I believe that because the day right now, my doctor is getting old. Her and her husband used to take care of me. Now my kids go to her. The husband has got a lot of arthritis going on. He ain't in there no more. It's just her. But people are smart. They're from China. You know what they're doing? They're sending the whole family to take up for what she's doing. The mother, the first it was the husband and wife Agnotaway. Now it's the kids, the husband and the wife being doctors. You know, like I told you about Alex Jones' show. That little kid of yours, he's going to be the next Alex Jones. Believe that. We get old. We can't keep going on and on.
That's the plan.
That's the plan, but I'm quite sure if something happened to you, this little kid gonna be here if this what he like doing.
That's all. You can't drag him away from it.
No.
And he's a lot smarter than I am.
And just like they say, it's what we teach them. I have kids now, and they told me, you can't send that son. I got a son that I grew up on welfare and a low black minority, single parent with 5 kids. That's Satan the devil is a liar. My son is Tyrone Mixon. He graduated from Hiram College. He's a social worker, a VA social worker. But
see how he survived the system, but now he works for the system.
Right. But only way that he got through was that for me being a low black minority with my low income. Because we couldn't use the dad income because he worked at Chevy Boulevard. We had to use my income with my 5 kids. And I couldn't understand that, but as we kept going and he went to Hiram for 4 years, we were eligible. All
right, let's go back to the calls. This is amazing. You're getting wound up now. Ooh, and we got a lot of great footage, too. You're awesome. Let's go ahead and, again, Obama phone lady is here. And some people online thought I was going to get her here just to be mean to her. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't need to be mean to people to feel powerful about myself. It is upsetting, you saying, I vote for Obama, I'm going to get a free phone, he's going to do more. But there was that humanity, and you knew it was funny when you were saying it. And so, yes, we're laughing, but we're not really laughing at you, we're laughing with you. What did you think I was going to do when you got down here?
Well, one thing about it, and two for sure, you can't nobody make you look funny if you don't allow them to make you look funny. I knew whatever thing I did on YouTube with Obama, the people were not happy. And I don't know why, but I was happy because I was out there campaigning, and when it came time for that cameraman to run up on me, I said, if he run up on me again, I'm talking. And our bosses had already told us.
Hey, your bosses had told you? Sorry.
He had already told us. Them cameramans run up on you, you leave them alone. I said, not me, walk 2 miles, and the man keep brushing me with a camera. He pushed me, and the next time he pushed me, I got to talking. It was more than just me talking.
Oh, wait a minute. That guy pushed you to get you mad.
He pushed me, and when he pushed me, he started talking. What he gonna do? And Aronimy was just getting out the truck.
Now, you call him O'Romney.
Aronimy fool.
Tell us about, you saw Mitt Romney. Tell the story.
Well, while I was campaigning, as you've seen on YouTube, we were walking in the circles, but Aronimy was standing there and just got out of a truck entering the building. And they told us to holler and hold our signs up and say more and more to him. And if I can holler at Aronimy, what about this little man with this camera behind me? So they kept on saying, don't talk, keep it moving, keep it moving. It's raining, we're walking. I done walked about 2 miles, and then he pushed up on me again, and that's when I got to talking. But when I got to the office, the next day, they was like, oh, we need you in the office, la, 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 la. So I knew I had did something. That's why they called me the Obama phone lady.
Uh-oh, now you're starting to wake up. Look out. What would you say to that camera guy if you could see him again?
Man, where the heck you at, and why you do me like that? Because he ran off. Now, that cameraman who got me on YouTube, he got whatever he got. He didn't give me a name, number, card, anything. But I thank you for getting me where you got me today.
In fact, when you got off the plane, you were thanking Obama. I mean, I guess Obama is our great provider.
I don't know about all that right now.
Tell me about Obama. You like him, don't you?
Well, you know, I like Obama.
You think he's pretty handsome, don't you?
No, I think Harvey's handsome.
I wish Harvey is pretty slick, actually.
I like him. I love Harvey.
He looks like he could be in movies. Okay. Kind of a cool cat.
He is a cool cat. I love Harvey. But anyway, Obama, what I liked it about Obama, and it's just for me. When I campaigned this year, I was out in canvassing in the world of Cleveland, and a lot of people didn't know a lot. And one thing about it, I would be like, can I take your number? And they would be like, you can call me, but I can't talk back. I'll call you at another phone. I'm like, what? This Obama phone. And I was like, well, if a man gave you an Obama phone, is you going to vote for him? Heck yeah. I had plenty of people telling me, yeah, I'm going to vote for Obama, but I don't even got a state ID. I had to show people how in Cleveland you can get your birth certificate and stuff free to get a state ID so you can vote.
Did you see any illegals vote?
Illegal?
People that aren't citizens.
Yeah, I even got them to vote.
Oh, no, hold on. We don't want to, no, seriously, I was just joking.
I did. People that wasn't in our country.
Oh, no.
People, I had some people, foreign people, that had a paper stating that they were here. They turned over from, they call them Arabs. In Cleveland, we call them Arabs. And the Arabs on the store, they've been here 2 years or whatever, but they don't have a state driver's license or a state ID.
So you're saying in Ohio, they let people vote from other countries?
No, they had to get a state ID.
No, I understand, but the getting the ID allowed them to vote.
Right. Because they've been here. One dude told me he'd been here 3-4 years, and he ain't never voted because he foreign or not from here. And I said, how long you been here? And he said 2 years. And I said,
and you're sure they weren't citizens?
No, they weren't citizens. Not if you ain't from America. They had IDs from Wyoming, W-Y-O-M-I-N-G, Wyoming or
Yemen?
Something like that. I knew they weren't because they talk like we talk, but they're not from here.
All right, Michelle, I just want to be clear. I like you.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're a good person.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to make sure earlier, just to be clear, you didn't know that people that are foreigners aren't allowed to vote, right? You didn't know that?
No. But when they've been here in America so long, they could go get a state ID and vote.
I know. So they told you that was okay at the Democratic Party. They said, oh, go get them a driver's license.
If they've been here for so amount of uptown, because I had to check back with the office and see how they can vote. If they're illegal American now. They've been here so long.
So they were citizens.
They were citizens, but they didn't know that they were citizens. Well, I guess they did know because they still had foreign identification. But they've been here a long time.
And then you would help them go get a driver's license that allowed them to vote.
Right.
State ID.
And they were able to vote. They've been here for some years. He said he owned the store like 4 years. He never voted. And I said, well, why? He said he never even applied for a state ID.
Have you heard about the problem of illegal aliens voting?
No.
All right, well, let's just be clear. You're not sure if they were citizens or not.
I believe they were citizens because they didn't. I took them to get an ID and they were able to vote. So they had to live here for a long time, a period of time, and just didn't know.
Well, you know, in California, they're giving illegals IDs. I mean, they give them to them everywhere. They give them to them in Texas.
Well, see, I didn't know that. In Cleveland, I know if you ain't got a state ID, that was my job title. If you didn't have a state ID, you couldn't go vote. But if I can go and get you can go with your birth certificate and Social Security and get a state ID, you can vote.
Oh, so they had birth certificates and state IDs.
No, they didn't have state IDs. They had them out-of-town IDs.
So they didn't have birth certificates.
They had birth certificate, but they had been here. They're legal. They're legal to be in Ohio. But they didn't ever...
They were legal immigrants.
Right. They've been here a while.
Were they citizens?
Yeah, they citizens. If they're legal, they citizens. They were citizens, but they didn't know nothing about getting a state ID.
All right, that makes sense. Okay, they were citizens.
That's what I'm saying. They were citizens.
They've been here, what, 3-4 years?
Yeah. And then they didn't ever... I've had a couple of them like that. I had people, girls 21. I had a lot of young girls. You know, they talking on Obama living in the projects. And if that phone stopped your minutes, what you gonna do? Go to a payphone. She had no other choice. But by him giving you that phone, this what I preached to him when I was in the field service. By him giving you that phone, do you want to give him a vote? She tell me, I don't know what Obama do, but you talking on his phone. Open your phone and tell me what it say as soon as you open it. She opened it and say, Obama. You know he's running for president right now? That's how I got it. And then you didn't even have to give me anything. Do you got your state ID on you? And they would say, yeah, all I need is the numbers. I could take them numbers off that state ID and give her a blue form where you can mail it in. You don't even got to go there. I got warrants. I'm not going to the Board of Elections. You don't need to. Let me fill this paper out and the ballot going to come to your house. When the ballot come in, you fill it out and mail it right back.
Wow.
So
amazing.
Stacks of people like that in Cleveland. You know?
Let's talk to Jerry. This is wild, folks. Obama phone lady here in studio with us. Jerry in Connecticut. Finish up your point, my friend.
Yeah, Michelle, you seem like you're a believing woman. You know, you realize we're in the latter days. I'm sure you do, from all the signs and things like that, right?
Right.
Well, why don't you look up Obama and November 5th Illinois state lottery winning? If God was going to give us an indication that this man is on the wrong side of this battle for our souls, then look up November 5th Illinois lottery. the number that came up for the pick 3-3, and this is not a, I checked this out myself on one of those, check the numbers, type of thing.
Right.
Came up 666.
No, I remember. And then some others came up 666.
Right, I remember that too.
Yeah. Anyway, the other thing I wanted to mention is the Tuskegee situation you kept talking about. Now, that guy that did that experiments in Tuskegee, he's an equal opportunity guy. They didn't put him in jail. You know what they did? They sent him off to one of the nuclear plants out in I think it was in Ohio. Mm-hmm. And then he decided to do an experiment by releasing all those nice nuclear particles in the air to see how they would affect other people in the entire region. Isn't that nice? Our government is really working for us.
Alex Jones here with a very important announcement for truth seekers. We've carried a lot of amazing films and books over the years on the online video bookstore at Infowars.com. And out of all the titles we've carried, one stands out because it is just so chillingly convincing. And that's Dreams from My Real Father by Joel Gilbert, available at Infowars.com. This film exposes the fraud that Obama is like nothing I've seen. If you want to know who Obama's real daddy is, this is the film for you. Don't forget, your purchase supports our broadcast and our growing media network. You'll also find at InfoWarsShop.com, None Dare Call It Conspiracy by Gary Allen, the book that woke me up. We're also carrying Behind the Green Mask, UN Agenda 21 by Rosa Corey. This book is coffin nails to the globalist takeover. The Greater Good, the most professional and up-to-date film I've ever seen exposing the scourge that is vaccines. These titles and a lot more are all available at InfoWarsShop.com. Obviously, on the nightly news tonight, I think David Ortiz is doing the first part, but I'm going to do the interview part. She's warmed up now, folks. We're going to air some excerpts, too, when she got here yesterday on the nightly news, 7 o'clock Central. But I'm also going to cover, man, this is bad. I covered some of it today, but I didn't get into all of it. The announcement is they're just going to go with executive authority. Executive orders, ordering gun shops to shut down, not to sell semi-autos. And now Rahm Emanuel has said citizens aren't even in the discussion about guns. The police are. Well, that's Judge Dredd. I mean, it might as well just become the Soviet Union. And this is where big governments and big police forces always go. That's why we obsess over the police. There are a lot of good police, and either a department's good or it's bad. There's hardly ever an in-between, but the feds want bad departments, like the Chicago mob-run Rahm Emanuel system. And Rahm Emanuel is a despicable person. Here is the mayor of Chicago, very dangerous person, saying that he wants the American people to not be able to have any input on their guns. Hey, punk, it's called the Second Amendment. Here it is.
One, it's all about criminal access. Mm-hmm. It's not about gun control. It's about criminal access to guns. That changes the debate. Two, put the police chief and the law enforcement community front and center. Everybody else, from politician to whatever, take a back seat. Mm-hmm. Because the police chiefs have a credibility and authority and a voice on this, which is why they're all for there. I do believe, as it relates to both the type of weapon being an assault weapon in this case, or the assault magazine, as Mike has, I think, strenuously focused us on message on that. Mm-hmm. Because the difference between, and I would, between a magazine that holds 10 and a magazine that holds 20 or 30 is a lot of different type of damage that's done. Mm-hmm. And those are the three things. I do think you can change this debate. I also think the country's in a different place like it was when we did Brady.
Man, the older he gets, he looks like a twin brother of Bloomberg. I was just sitting there looking at him. Ladies and gentlemen, you just heard him say, now, by the way, in major polls, 98%, you can pull this up, of police are pro-Second Amendment. Most of the police chiefs are anti-Second Amendment because they're getting federal money. And there's a guy up there who's an Israeli officer, by the way. It's just unbelievable. Saying, well, by the way, our tax money pays to get Israel guns, which I'm all for citizens having guns wherever. You know, Switzerland, Israel, wherever. And then he doesn't want us to have guns. He wants us to be like Chicago, where the citizens don't have guns. What do you think of that?
I think that sucks.
Well, there you go. You're becoming an info warrior. He gets to have guns and bodyguards, but we don't?
We need the same thing.
And you say we need a Second Amendment? Bad.
We need a Second Amendment? Bad. That's true.
How about an Obama gun? He gave me an M4, and he going to do more. That would be constitutional if the government issued us all weapons. I'm serious. That's what taxes are for. The states should be taking taxes out to issue everybody that wants to be in the state militia we should have grenade launchers, everything. You know, Switzerland has that, and they don't have any crime. Almost none.
That makes sense, though.
Absolutely. We're the people. We're the government.
Right. We got you in there. Right. Give us some. No, just keep us safe. You feel me?
Yeah, you think anybody's going to be messing around? Everybody's armed?
No.
No, they're not. And, of course, then all the tough guys will leave their guns at home, Bill. Don't take your guns to town.
Right.
You know that song, Johnny Cash? Don't take your guns to town, Bill. Leave your guns at home, son. It's Obama lady.
The Obama lady in town in Austin, Texas, right here.
Can you say I got me an Obama M4?
What's that?
That's an M16. I got me an Obama M4, and he's going to do more. He's going to give me a grenade launcher under it.
Oh.
Say hello to my little friend. Overdrive, your calls, tweet questions, and more. Stay with us. Abdel in Arizona, you're on the air. Welcome. You're on the phone with Obama lady.
How you doing, Alex?
Good, man. What's on your mind?
Nothing much. I just wanted to say hello to you and to Obama lady. Here in Tucson, everybody calls it the same thing, like we've been calling it since they came out. So it's kind of a spontaneous thing, I would believe, to call the phone Obama phones.
Yeah, so, I'm now, everybody I know is calling their phone the Obama phone.
Yeah, it seems like anything that comes socialist, we'll go ahead and call it, dub it the Obama, whatever it is. And on that note, you know, I'm a long-time listener. I've been following you for about 9-10 years. I've had my own MK Ultra experience here in Tucson that, you know, that would be for a different call or whatnot. But, yeah, you know, that's the thing is that even with me knowing the whole situation with the New World Order and everything, I still voted for him twice. And I consider myself a libertarian. I follow Ron Paul. So that's how powerful and how dangerous he is. Even me knowing better, I still go ahead and vote for him.
That does sound like mind control. My thing is you've got to call the whole thing as a fraud. It's like when I got in Piers Morgan's face and said, look, the scam's over, man. You want my guns. Shut up and stop saying you don't. They're like, we just want something reasonable. We just want something reasonable. Here's the bill. Can turn your guns in. I'm like, shut up. Stop lying to my face, you punk.
Good job on that show. That was awesome. I got really excited. I got, you know, the electric liberty you like to say kind of, you know, transcends through the, you know, television, and a lot of people saw that. So that was.
Well, God bless you. I appreciate you holding to say that. What would you say to Piers Morgan? Red coat. What would you say to him coming over to our country and saying, turn your guns in?
Stop lying. Take that stuff back to where you come from. If you could be saved with a gun, we need to be saved with ours.
That's right. So now you're being converted. The Obama phone lady is now the Obama M4 lady.
Protect me with an Obama gun and an Obama grenade. I want the protection just like him.
There you go. Common sense.
That's right.
What do you think of Rahm Emanuel saying, let's take the gun laws out of the hands of the people and just let the paramilitary take our guns?
No.
Doesn't Rahm Emanuel look like a bad guy out of a cartoon? Like out of a.
Look like he drunk. He look like he drinks. He's a little buzzing.
Well, he is a crazy maniac. You know, he's a ballet dancer.
Oh, is he? Well, I wouldn't listen to nothing he say. Any man step on their tiptoes a fool. Men don't walk on tiptoes. Men get sewer and plumbing.
You like real men, don't you?
Oh yeah. I don't want no punk. Obama, you punk.
Oh my God. I think Obama's doing the punking of us.
He already did. Look how those kids got killed in that school. And he wasn't, I mean, the tears look like, you know, just dripping. But if I was a president and the man killed them kids like that, do you know what I would have did? Huh?
What?
I would have hung his ass by the balls. Right in front of mirror. I would have hung him straight up. See what you did? Now look at here. And all the people was there with the funerals and their babies. Could you imagine coming home? And I got 5 kids. Oh, man. I sent my kid thinking he's safe in school.
Well, hey, it's the government that advertises the place to go kill people's at a school, and then they take all the guns out and don't let the principals or anybody have guns. The answer is they have instant access pistol safes that are biometric. You lay your hand on it, and it pops open. I got them at home. And I've also got the type you type a code into. Bam, 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 boom. Door pops open.
You know what? I'm really getting on you now. I'm on the Alex Jones show now. Because what you're saying is true. Now, I'm in Ohio, and I'm born and raised in the Heights, Cleveland Heights. In Cleveland Heights, you got metal detectors and all that.
Hold on, I want to hear this when we go to break. Ladies and gentlemen, directly from Cleveland, Ohio.
I'm a lady. Yeah.
She's here.
I'm live in Austin, Texas. Boom, boom, boom.
Bum, bum, bum. All right. We had a good time last night. You know, a lot of folks will ask, hey, we've had all this hardcore news, all this stuff's going on. Why is the Obama phone lady here? And some thought, oh, he's going to get her there and be mean to her. No, I said, I bet she's a really interesting lady. I could just tell from that video. And I want to try to say, listen, I get that Romney's not good either, but let's just admit Obama doesn't care about us. Let's just admit he's bought and paid for by a corrupt special interest. Let's just admit they're trying to divide and conquer us. And while we've been sitting here, I've been convincing you on the Second Amendment. I've been convincing you on a bunch of other stuff. And you were saying before the break, we're going back to calls and Twitter questions here, and again, if you don't know who she is, folks, you know the thing about Obama.
I'm an Obama phone lady.
He gave us, well, repeat yourself there so they know who you are.
I'm an Obama phone lady. He gave us a phone, and he's going to do more.
And now you're saying the government should actually only tax us to give us M16s.
Oh, he should give me a gun and some grenades. You know, you taking it away, but we need our force here, too.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. No, but seriously, you wanted to say something about the Second Amendment. I was pointing out that they've made the schools victim disarmament zones. Then they advertise for crazy people, hey, don't just kill yourself. The option is going down to a school and do it. That's what the real tough guys do.
I think that sucks because here we is. I got kids. I put my kids in school, and the first thing I think, they're safe. They're at school. When I was growing up, they didn't have all this going on. And I'm really believing you, the government, you got to have control of it. You know, that guy killed those kids in that school just recently. If I was the president, I'd have put him on a bus and put his whole body up there and hung him upside down, straight out. And they're going to do it. He's going to do in jail, and they're going to take 15 years to give him time and just sit and rot. I'm going to rot all right. Killed those innocent kids.
But see, they use that and dangle them out in front of us. But meanwhile, the president signs weekly the death orders where they'll blow up a whole apartment building or a whole village or a whole wedding to get one guy who hadn't even been convicted illegally bombing another country, and they blow those little kids' arms and legs off. And Obama didn't cry about that. My point is that they're cold-blooded. Did you know our government runs al-Qaeda in Libya and Syria now publicly? And Obama went in and murdered Gaddafi. And again, he wasn't a perfect guy, but compared to al-Qaeda, he'd been friends with the West for about a decade. You know, Gaddafi was
I believe that. I believe he just did that to get where he's at. He did that to talk to the people, just like when I did. I didn't know what Alex Jones teaching me about what's on TV, but I seen it with my own eyes. You pulled it up on YouTube or the TV thing.
Obama lying?
Right. And it came up. That was Obama saying what he won't do with the taxes. Here I am, just got a job as a maid, and my first check is eating me the taxes, eating the hell out of me. First check.
It's going up.
It's going up.
But
he said he wouldn't do that. I seen it right here on your show, Alex Jones show. He said he wouldn't take the taxes.
But exactly. But just 20 years ago, if a president did that, they got run out on a rail.
Right.
There's some, you wanted to coke, there's some coke for you, honey. You bet. And let's go to calls. I'm going to quit hogging her hair. Let's go to Mike in Tennessee. You're on the air listing on 1600 WMQM. Go ahead, sir.
Good afternoon, Alex and Michelle. First, I just real quickly want to say, Michelle, if you haven't seen the Obama Deception documentary, I highly recommend that Alex gets you a copy of that as well as all of his other documentaries, a year subscription to his magazine, as well as access to InfoWars TV that she can view from any computer anywhere, including the public libraries.
Absolutely. In fact, you see that magazine there? That was the December issue that we finished in the last week of November. It says, this man wants your guns, and it says he's going to use executive orders to come after our guns. How do you think I knew that? Because I'm not smart. They told us they would do all this.
They said that. I just seen him said it on the TV at Alex Jones' show that he wouldn't raise our taxes.
Exactly, but back then it was only in policy reports. See, they're in policy reports like we don't even exist because they know the paid-off media will never go show their real plans. So see, that's why I get so mad. I know their whole plan because they wrote it down. This is not rocket science.
Right.
I know what I'm talking about because they told me. It's like a confession letter. It's like a killer who videotapes themselves chopping up some kid, and I've got the video, and I'm like, look, he did it. Here's the video. Oh, shut up, conspiracy theorist. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Anything else, Mike?
Michelle, I'm 51, and I grew up in Memphis, Tennessee, and I grew up in a neighborhood that had black fathers and white fathers that went to work. Some were carpenters, some were dentists, some were trash men. They came home every night to a house with a wife who'd beat the fool out of the young boys if they got out of line. And if they were at the neighbor's home, the neighbor's mom would get a hold of you, call your mother. When you got home, she would get you. And when Dad got home, it was all over. The way they stole your birthright was they took the fathers out of the home, replaced them with a welfare check, and they tricked
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. You're exactly right.
And then, by the way, Margaret Sanger said, we're going to get these black weeds. This is a quote. We're going to pay off black leaders, and we're going to break up their families, and we're going to get them dependent, and we're going to chop them up. Okay, and that's what goes on. And what they've done, like Tony Brown says at Tony Brown's Journal on PBS,
right.
What they've done to the black community is the model for everybody. They just went after you because people would say, oh, well, they don't have rights, you know, because they use prejudice to hit you from both sides. The open prejudice, but then the fake liberals. That's their plan. And so my whole point is that they've gone from 10% illegitimacy to 90+% illegitimacy. And Dr. Spock in those books, they said, don't spank your kids. They said, let your kids do what they want. So they'll be out of control. So now they get tasered and shot by the cops. Now their father figure is a big fat fake gangster. Like Freeway Ricky Ross, not the real Freeway Ricky. You know, Rick Ross, the fake guy, not even a real gangster. By the way, he runs and hides from real gangsters. He's up there saying the tough thing to do, kill, steal, do all this. People think that's what they're supposed to do. You basically put on a gangster uniform for the cops now to alert who are trained on you. They're like attack dogs trained to get a rabbit. You put on a rabbit's uniform to be sent to a prison where they then put everybody racially in their gangs to create a race system of divide and conquer. The real colleges in America are the prisons designed, what this guy's saying right here, to destroy the birthright, to destroy the father. And they've now done it. And they're doing it to everybody. And that's what Obama's there to do. You know, Obama got all the money increased to make sure they abort more people. And folks say, well, look how bad the communities are. Let's abort these people. See how they've sold us on that? He says, hey, let's kill people, because if we kill an old lady and don't give her health care, we can hire teachers. Now we've got the idea of killing people, we get a job. When all we ever needed was liberty and freedom and self-sufficiency. But now we've had the self-sufficiency destroyed. Now they've got us right where they want us, Michelle.
They think they do.
Anything else, caller? You're laying out the genius here, Mike.
Their biggest fear is independence and people taking individual responsibility. And once you give up the Obama phone Bible, you take back your rightful place as a sovereign human being, a child of God, they lose.
Right. They lose.
That's right. And remember, the slicker devil, you know, I mean, Mitt Romney's trying to talk to mainline, middle-class people, whatever color they are. He's like, I don't care about 47%. They're going to do whatever. He goes, I'll keep your taxes low. But his plan was to raise them, too. He's there to con the middle class and the white people and the wealthy black folks and all the people that have made some money. Right. Okay, that get that government isn't their friend. But just he'll tell them what they want to hear. And then they can put Obama in and say it's a defeat for the ideas Mitt Romney put out that weren't his real plans.
Right.
You see, it wasn't just rigged in getting Obama in. Okay, it was rigged in that they ran somebody who was a phony up against him to begin with, because they want you to believe in the system. Because it's not enough for them to steal your future. They want you to beg for it. You understand that?
Right. I do believe that.
Because it's free will universe.
Right.
And I'm not trying to preach at you, but I wanted to get you here because I could tell you were an interesting lady.
Right.
And I really wanted to communicate with you at point blank range.
And I'm glad you did.
Sir, good points. Let's go to another caller here in Overdrive. We're going to skip this network break coming up. Key in New York. You're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, how you doing, Michelle?
Hey, how are you?
Doing good. What's going on, Alex?
Worldwide broadcast, my friend. What's on your mind?
Yo, you know something, Michelle? The only reason why you're there is to be clowned. That's the only reason why you're there. Before you got there, they played that soundbite of yours over and over and over again to clown you. And the reason why he's trying to get you to say things is because he needs audio so that he can play that back and clown you again when you leave.
Now hold on just a second, Key.
Ain't nobody gonna.
No, but hold on. When we called her, and when she got off the plane, I said I think it's funny, and we did make jokes about it because it's funny, but it's also sad. And I said that at the time we aired it. If you go back to the first times we aired it, and I said I thought she was an interesting lady and was talented and funny. And I've said I bet that lady's a character. So we've got her here, and I clown around some too. So all I'm saying is don't misrepresent what I actually stand for and what I believe in. I mean, it is horrible that they're trying to domesticate us, and I'm here actually trying to reach out to her to try to explain to her why we need a Second Amendment and things like that. Okay? And obviously I said I want that lady on the show months ago. And then I made kind of a joke about it saying, okay, a bounty to get her on if somebody can find her. And we got her on. Is this not interesting radio, sir?
No. He's trying to clown you. And I can prove it to you that he isn't what he purports to be. You call him Obama a punk. Well, check this out. Alex said that you had 1776 all in Piers Morgan's face. Oh, you're not going to take our guns because this is going to happen. All of a sudden, Alex said if the ATF shows up at his house, he's not going to shoot back. But the Ruby Ridge cats, they went for theirs. Now, they died, but they did what they said they were going to do. But Alex said no, he was dropping to his knees. So
no, you're not. You know what? You're wrong, and I appreciate your call. And I am here on the front lines trying to peacefully cause a cultural revolution, 1776 worldwide. And I know that they want to come set me up. And so I've always said the same thing. If you come for the guns, it's going to cause a revolution. But I'm not going to give them an excuse before that happens. A, I want to stop it, and I've been clear about that. B, I am trying to fix things peacefully, and I'm not going to give them the excuse. I have said I'm not turning my guns in, period. I don't care what phony executive orders they do, but I've also said that I'm not going to open the door for them, that if they do come to my house and kill me, to sit there and have me shooting my mouth off that I'm going to do this and that to the cops. If they do come and kill me, it'll be in cold blood and I'll be a martyr. That's the opposite. I'm Alex Jones on the air. I don't have bodyguards. I go out and do all this. I deal with this, and you're calling up saying that basically I'm a coward. And anyone listening knows that that's not the case. I march into the lion's den and get in people's face. And, it's just amazing. Instead of just making fun of this lady from afar, I got her. Did I not tell you last night? What did I tell you when you got off the plane?
Well, it's not about what you said. did it before I got to the Alex Jones show. I even had my TV show in Cleveland, Ohio.